evening, everybody. It's the Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast Show with myself, Huge Pop. We got Cody Cornett there on right next to me. We got Reek right there. We got BV Bryson. We got Nikki D. What's going on, my guys?
It's all good.
We're going to break down WWE. A lot's happened, but first of all, we need to pay respect to two people. I thought only one person, but we'll just pay respect to two people tonight. So we're going to pay respect to Roman Reigns' father who passed away, Sika. Rest in peace. The number one go up. It's a tragedy. The Wild Samoans, they played a huge part of what wrestling is today. Mm-hmm. So we just, Awana family, keep them in your prayers.
The Anawani family, sorry. Keep them in your prayers.
And then I'll let Cody Cornett share the other part.
Today we learned on the Pat McAfee show that his father-in-law had been battling with an illness. They were going to discharge him Sunday, said he was going to do better. Monday he fight the fight, but ended up losing, unfortunately. And I didn't know about this when I opened up my big mouth to this morning because I'm talking with friends saying, hey, kayfabe needs to stay alive, so Pat McAfee, something better have actually happened. Sorry.
Sorry.
Pat McAfee.
But in all seriousness, prayers and thoughts to your family. You know, nothing hurts worse than losing a loved one. And, you know, much love and respect to you, man.
So, yeah, keep Roman Reigns is supposed to come back on Friday.
Yeah, but, that's not happening now.
That's not going to happen. I'm sure.
I don't see it happening.
But just keep all those families in your prayers because life's too short. To be honest with you, I mean, I could sit here talking all day how life's too short.
Yeah,
I'm sitting here with four of my best friends. I can say that I call you all friends, and I appreciate you guys. I talk to my wife all the time that if it wasn't for you four on Monday and Tuesday nights. No, I mean I love my brother too. We do Fridays and stuff like that. But you're friends. He's my brother, but you guys are friends. So I say I appreciate every single one of you. I love every single one of you. I think about every single one of you every day. I pray about every single one of you guys every day. You guys are my family. So it's Pop's life. It's Pop's life forever. I mean that's for a reason. I mean I'll be honest. I can sit here all day. It's awesome how all of us came together.
Yeah.
And everybody, and we all have a story. I mean, it's just so cool. And so I want to thank you guys before that. So, man, there's a lot to unfold. I will say this. I'm glad all this is happening. I'm not scared about WWE anymore.
What do you mean scared? There was nothing to be scared about.
There was.
What? What were you scared about?
He was freaking out because
the irrelevancy of Cody Rhodes in the title, and it's still irrelevant. But now we got relevant stuff going on.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna start off with violence immediately.
It's irrelevant.
Cody bashing has begun.
Who is he? Who cares who he's facing? Because we got the Wyatt Six.
Okay, fair enough. Storylines that are more intriguing than Cody Rhodes' title run, I will understand that over
That's what I'm saying. I like Cody Rhodes, but at the story, again, he's caught in stupid storylines. So.
Well, there is no storyline with Cody. It was AJ. It was just AJ Cody at Backlash.
Yep.
Then it was.
It's irrelevant. That's what I'm saying.
No. Hold on. I'm trying to think. It was King and Queen of the Ring, right? Logan Paul. That was a great match, by the way. I thought that was one of Logan's best, if not Cody's. Cody's best.
It was.
And then you have.
It was Logan Paul's best match. Yeah.
Then you have AJ and Cody Rhodes do an I Quit match to open Clash of the Castle. By the way, that was a great move by Paul Levesque.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Hometown boy main event. I get that. But we're going to make this an I Quit match? Really? Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as storyline goes, I'm thankful there's two huge storylines that are amazing to me. And I just love it. So let's dive into the first one. We got, what's everybody's opinion on the Wyatt Six and how that unfolded. All I'm gonna say before you guys start talking, I am glad it finally came out.
Yeah, it's I was surprised to when I seen the debut and happy because a lot of times and I'm sure you guys heard like I'm sure there was a little bit of truth coming out when you listen to Bo Dallas and he was talking, in that whole segment where he was talking like Uncle Howdy and everything. I was going to be forgotten or they wanted to forget about us and everything. In wrestling, that kind of happens. I mean, it's sad, but you get somebody who passes away and there's somebody maybe who was affiliated with them or whatever, and they just kind of fade.
Right.
And that's just how the business is. That the business has always been that way. But the fact that they're continuing this, I was kind of tickled by that. I thought, wow, this is so cool. And to pay homage to somebody who, whether his ideas like worked or they were like off the wall sometimes, but he was a unique character and he thought outside the box. And the fact that they're paying homage to Bray Wyatt with this, I think is fantastic. It's so cool. It's like I don't know how to put it into words. It's so cool. It's just I'm happy that they're doing that. That's what I'm gonna say on it. I'm surprised and I'm happy. I don't think you would get this. I don't think you would get this under the old regime. I'll just put it that way. I think it would have been shoved aside for something else.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is where we were going to end up with when Wyatt came back for 2023.
Yeah.
I think this is where it was going to end up because by that time, Vince had sold the company. Vince is, I think by that time, almost out of the picture.
Right.
Yeah.
So at that point, I think this is what we're going to get regardless.
Right.
Yep.
I agree.
But I'm going to say enough about that right now. I'm going to let the other two guys go because I feel like I'm going to be the one that says something that might piss everybody off. So I'm gonna be last.
Rico, what
You're gonna make us wait for that, huh?
I'd rather get all the happiness out of the way before I go. Let's come back to reality.
Well,
fair enough.
I was very excited to see him. I was waiting for it impatiently, but I got to admit, one big downfall kind of killed me. Where's my Alexa Bliss at? Okay. I really thought that she would be a part of that just because she was so close with Wyatt.
I can answer that real quick. There's been a bunch of rumors and stories about Alexa. She, A, has been pregnant. B, is going through a rare form of skin cancer. She is also, there have been rumors that she has denied to be a part of the Wyatt Six, doesn't want to be a part of it.
Oh.
To either honor Wyatt's legacy and just leave it be or whatever, that, to keep her thoughts of Wyndham the way she left them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I respect that.
I respect that too.
Yeah. So, but again, those are rumors.
So that's just a rumor that she's pregnant? I thought that was legit, like legitimate.
She had the kid. That's proof.
Yeah, she had
that was proof. Which it also proves that Mrs. Friend isn't gay, because I thought he was queer. So
he's not so friendly.
He's not friendly.
He was definitely friendly with Alexa, but besides that,
that's definitely going on TikTok.
Did you guys catch how into it too much? But where they like really focused on Alexa Bliss's picture on the trailer.
Oh, with Chad Gable when he was like trying to hide from like quote unquote paparazzi.
Oh, no, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it was on. Yeah.
No.
What about you, Bryson?
I enjoyed it. Just because Bray was one of my favorites, so I think like to keep his stuff going on is a really nice touch. But WWE is a lot better ever since Triple H, Paul Levesque has taken over. In my opinion, like storylines and just like transitioning back towards the Attitude Era is is something I've been waiting for. But no, but I think it's cool. Who I'm like most excited about is Loomis, because I watched Loomis when he was in TNA, and his character was weird, and I think it fits there.
Yeah, he had a rivalry with Ken Anderson over stalking Christy Hemme.
Yeah,
that was 2015 TNA.
I loved him. I loved him in NXT. NXT, man, he was phenomenal in NXT with that stalking, that creepy thing. But no, I mean, I could not have asked for a better. Let me tell you, I dog Nikki Cross when she's in a superhero outfit, but shit, she pulled that off. She's an amazing Sister Abigail. And when she took that arm and pointed backwards, I'm like, oh damn.
Don't you remember her from Sanity?
Yeah, she was good in Sanity.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. She's good at that. She's good at that. Like the superhero was like a quirky, funny, whatever side of her, but yeah, she could be dark and
let me
twisted.
say something, Scott. Watch the last woman standing match between Asuka and Nikki Cross for the NXT Championship. I don't remember what year it was, but this is back when she's in the Sanity gimmick and she's crazy as shit.
Okay, I love it. She did. I don't think you could. I'm not the dog on Alexa Bliss, but I don't think you could have put a better person in that kind of creepy role than Nikki Cross.
Nikki's good at it.
You know,
quick question: did my stuff freeze up, or was it you guys, or
you froze?
You froze.
Okay, because everything went black, and I was like, and, that was creepy. We're talking about the Wyatts and everything.
I had to go back and watch it again because I've seen stuff. I didn't realize it's cool that Rowan had his thing, but on the back he had
Luke Harper's from the Bludgeon Brothers mask.
You know, that was cool. Everything they did was on point. It was everything. I thought it was everything that, even the creepiness of beating the hell out of people, Chad Gable looking like he looked. And that was, I mean, he needed to look worse than that because I can't stand him. But no, that was, but that, in my opinion, I was skeptical about. I'll be honest, I was skeptical about. I hated all these QR codes. I hated all this bullcrap that everybody and all these content creators that'll see this. Shut your mouths! Don't make a fucking big deal about these QR codes and react. Be real, dudes. Stop being stupid. Anyway, Cody Cornett.
The floor is yours, sir.
One, could not agree more. Two, again, I'm going to set this back in reality. Actually, I'm going to set this back. Probably, I don't really give a shit. That's how you don't get canceled. You just don't care what people think. Most 99% of the stuff that was done with the Wyatt Six debuting and with Bo Dallas's interview with himself, could not ask for anything better. I have a few nitpicks because it's a TV show. And I'm trying to have continuity with everything. 5 people got away with homicide. In a stadium full of rent-a-cops who could have taken them to the town jail. Nothing happened. Also, the set of balls on the cameraman who looked at Nikki Cross and then followed what she pointed to.
Oh, yeah.
The most unafraid camera guy in all of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Continuity. If it was me, the camera guy would have gone to Eric Rowan and seeing the pile of dead bodies.
Yeah.
And I don't know, immediately have called 911. Just saying.
Come on, get out of reality, bro.
Would have been scared shitless and dropped the camera.
That's what I was going to say. Drop the camera and then somebody else picks it up.
Uncle Howdy picks it up, holds it, goes around with the rest of the crime scene, and I call it a crime scene because there's blood spatter everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's what made it awesome.
Yeah, it made it awesome, but I'm just like, after watching it like 5 times, I went through it in my head, and I'm like, logically, they should be in jail.
But we're talking about entertainment, not logic.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
even in entertainment, there's logic. Look at The Walking Dead. They, they will do logic.
So
It just, the one thing that sticks out in my mind that I don't agree with it is that Jim Cornette saw this and he said, this was the error AEW needed.
Oh, that's low.
error.
This was the
Wow.
error from WWE that AEW needed.
But to be fair, though, Cornette has never been high on any of that stuff that they did. He never was a fan of any of that stuff.
Nope.
Like he enjoyed, Bray Wyatt, Wyndham, his work and all of that stuff and his promos, but he never cared for all this extra stuff, the spooky stuff, the theatrics and everything. He always dogged on that. Always.
Right.
That's just how he is. Like he never was cool with that. So
I have a huge problem with that because he sits there as a hypocrite. And I've never said this about Jim Cornette. He sits there as a hypocrite and says The Undertaker is the best character in the WWE, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to say Taker is the greatest gimmick of all time, and then see Taker-esque shit to a higher level, and
you're right.
Shit on it.
You're right.
Makes him a hypocrite.
You're right.
Even Taker, Mark Calloway loves that stuff, man.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But he wouldn't do that because he respect Taker, like because he always still respects the business, and that was his thing. And you're right, though, that is hypocritical.
But I don't think you're going to see that theatrical stuff every week. You're going to eventually, we're going to get into where they're going to have matches, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, it has to.
You have to. Or
it has to carry beyond that. You can't have that. At some point, it's going to wear out its welcome. Like it's cool. It moments where it's almost like you're watching a movie.
Yeah.
But you gotta have the creative mind to know. Okay, boom, this is where we're drawing it, and that's what Bray was so good at with his stuff that he did and his entrances and the Firefly Funhouse. Even that was like this goofy thing that you watched, but he could take that crap and then turn it into something serious. Mm-hmm. So I was like, as goofy as he knew where to draw that, like where to flip the switch,
Right.
That's one question I have is, can they do it without him? Can they do all of this stuff without him?
Well, this was my biggest question. Does this stable get gold?
I think with Taylor, man, Taylor kind of has the mind not as good, but he is pretty close to his brothers and the same thought process. They both said it in many interviews where they always had these ideas where they'd come up with these crazy schemes of how they want to do stuff. So I don't think it's going to be as great as Wyatt could have made it go even further than what he did, but Taylor's going to do good with it.
But the question still stands: does this stable get gold?
I see I see Dexter Loomis, and is it Husky? What was it?
Yeah.
Who's the
Husky Harris?
No, it's not Husky Harris. It's Joe Gacy.
I see. If anything, I'll answer my opinion, Cody. If there's any gold in there, it's going to be Dexter Loomis and Casey at tag team.
Okay.
That would be that. I don't. No disrespect to Bo Dallas and no disrespect to Rowans and Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross could, I guess, become women's champion in that little thingy. But those are the only three that I would see get gold.
Yeah.
Mm,
In my
Only
opinion.
time will tell. Only time will tell.
yeah.
And to reiterate with the whole this is the error AEW needed. Last Wednesday,
Yeah.
NHL Finals baseball, a Kendrick Lamar concert being streamed wherever the fuck that was,
Yep.
and a national holiday Juneteenth. 522,000 viewers on average.
Wasn't that the lowest they've ever had in?
That is the lowest rating.
Yeah.
On a non-preemptive episode.
Yep. I used to be an AEW guy, but I think this stuff is trash right about now. But
That was the
I've tried
lowest
watching
rating
a little
for who? For
AEW.
which company on Wednesday?
AEW Dynamite.
AEW.
Oh,
Yeah,
AEW. Okay.
The flagship show, 522,000 viewers.
That's crazy.
Wow. On your flagship show too. That's not good.
Granted, NHL Finals,
go
Stanley
Panthers.
Cup, baseball's just getting started.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a free concert that was being streamed on the internet by Kendrick Lamar.
I don't know. It's weird. You look at the stuff Raw's had to go up against. I mean, football season, you've got Monday Night Football, you've got all sorts of stuff going on. They still swing.
They fought the Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals and still managed over 2 million fucking viewers.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
that took 20 minutes. So I'm gonna go through another topic I had. Anybody, I don't. You're giving me a hard time, guys. I know y'all are gonna. But I loved R-Truth and Miz losing the belt to Judgment Day. But I loved more the backstage segment that they had. Did anybody see that?
I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm really not going to disagree with that. I love Miz and Truth, man, but I liked how that all played together.
Yes, that was amazing to me. I mean, it was you could see it coming. Alexa Bliss. No.
No,
Liv
Morgan.
Liv Morgan, you knew was going to do something to put herself even further into the Judgment Day. So the Judgment Day, in my opinion, that's a big topic. And then what Damian Priest had to say to Seth Rollins on Monday night was,
that hit the
amazing.
Judgment Day hard.
That was awesome.
That was the beginning of the end for Damian Priest.
Right there, because I sat there and was like, wow, he really just said that.
Yeah, because I think he's just gonna. I feel bad for him because he's just gonna go on down because he's losing the belt.
He's kind of turning into a bigger face.
Yeah, but I think, in my opinion, he's gonna lose the belt at Money in the Bank, and then Gunther's gonna win in the SummerSlam. Gunther's winning the SummerSlam no matter who he's facing.
Because it's going to be the hometown boy going into Berlin.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, even though he's from Austria, he's going into Berlin, Germany. Close enough. Looks like Adolf, so it works.
Yeah. And I don't know if anybody watched the segment, but like the pop that Gunther got was kind of like a face pop, kind of.
Because he's over. He's so good, and I pop for him, and he's a slime ball. Like he's just this horrible person, but I'm like, dude, I love that guy. I love when he's out there. That's a match I will never fast forward when he's working somebody because he's, even my wife was like, wow, he's got to work on his build. I'm like, that's not what he's one of those guys. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have he's not chiseled.
19 years old. He was a chubby bastard. You should make your wife look at him when he was 19 years old. He was a chubby bastard.
I'll have to do that because I don't know what he looked like before. I thought I seen him before when he was heavy.
Yeah,
when he was like heavier, but he's so good. He's so good at just chemistry, the ring psychology, all of that stuff, and everything he does. And when he has the mic and when he's in the ring and all that stuff is just like, I can't not listen to him. So I pop for him too, even though he's a jerk.
Yeah. I've always loved Gunther. I love Walter. I always loved Walter. That's his fucking name. I don't know why he went with Gunther, but he's doing a different because he's okay with it. He wants to do it.
Yeah, Walter was freaking sweet in NXT, man.
Yes. So do you think Miz will get his glory at his hometown at SummerSlam? No.
I feel like it's gonna be Miz and R-Truth at SummerSlam for whatever fucking reason.
Well, that if they do that okay. So I hope, and it might. And I'm not a. I love this R-Truth Miz thing that they got because it's realistic compared to a lot of this other BS that R-Truth's been involved with. So I hope they get their chance at SummerSlam, and I hope but I'm afraid that Cody's right. I'm afraid that there's going to be R-Truth against Miz, and I don't want that.
Don't say that into the universe. We don't need me being right anymore. I'm okay with that. I don't need to be right anymore, especially today.
That was amazing. That was amazing. That gave gold back to the Judgment Day. They're going to go to Damian Priest and go, screw you. We don't need you either.
I don't care if it was faked or not. I want that pick leaked that Liv Morgan gave to Dominic on that night. I want that pick leaked. I want it leaked. I don't care if it was fake. I don't care if it was real. I want it leaked.
Oh my gosh.
You hear the universe? Cody's talking to you again.
I wonder how Dominic's wife feels about all this.
Me and his brother, me and Scott's brother talk about this all the freaking time. Every time Liv Morgan is on the TV screen, Dominic's house must have new furniture in it because she is just tossing it every which way, breaking everything in the house. Because there is no way she is okay with, especially the way she sat up on him 2 weeks ago. There is no way any wife, acting or not, is okay with that.
No.
Yeah, that was who was telling the story about it? When someone did that to freaking Randy.
Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton.
Yep.
It was the fireball match.
Jim wasn't so happy about that.
Yeah, his wife was not happy on Twitter. She
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
wow.
She went to Twitter on a supernatural gimmick and bitched about it.
I didn't know that. Oh my gosh. Really?
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
The worst part of it was at least Liv Morgan had some sort of pants on when she did it to Dominic. Alexis just had a skirt.
It's true.
There's a bigger issue. And Randy was a lot less clothed than Dominic was.
Yeah.
This is true.
But let's focus on the bigger issue is that they're really setting up Finn Balor to be the turn with Liv instead of being Dominic. I wish it was Dominic because I think that would be a better duo. But they can make Finn Balor and Liv Morgan the Edge and Lita of this generation if they do it right.
I'm going to say this because you're right. I agree with I agree that the best fit is Finn and Liv. Dom has done amazing since he's joined the Judgment Day. I hated him before it.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that goofy ass mustache back. He needs to get rid of it. And he's just almost like it's almost like he's losing steam in a sense because I think he is. He looks uncomfortable. He looks weird out there.
Because he's trying to be a face and they're still booing him like he is Trump.
They won't let him talk.
He is. No, I get that.
He's amazing as a heel, dude.
He looks goofy as shit.
Yes, he looks goofy, but it's a huge problem when he's trying to do a babyface promo saying, I'd rather have anybody but her have the title, and they're booing him out of the building to the point where he has to stop talking every other
don't get me wrong, I love that. I just think it's almost like it doesn't look natural.
Nothing about him looks natural.
No. So I have a question. I have a question for you guys, because I felt this way every time I watched one of those segments. I wonder if they're using Dom, because Liv had her moment before she was gone and before she got hurt. She had her moment where she finally got her title her title win, and everybody was like, yay. And then she was just there, right? But Dominic has been on fire. So it's almost like they have them together. And this is just, I'm going to form it as a question, okay, even though this is how I feel. You think they're using Dominic to get her over before they do whatever they're going to do? Like if she ends up with Finn Balor or something like that, because Dominic doesn't need her. Just like him and Rhea were perfect because they're fine apart, but when they came together, it was great because they would boo him. They would never let him talk. And then Rhea would grab the mic and freaking start chewing everybody out because they wouldn't let Dominic speak. And she'd give the mic back to Dominic, and he'd look around. And he would go to say something. They would boom. Like they were perfect together and apart. So my question is, you think because Liv Morgan to me is like a cheap imitation of Alexa Bliss. Do you think they're using? I don't hate Liv Morgan, but I'm just being real. That's my opinion. Do you think they're using Dominic to get her over before they do whatever they're going to do? That's a question I have.
Yes, they are, but it's not working because Dominic is in a quote-unquote relationship with the stable relationship with Mommy. And now you have the promiscuous Jezebel, Liv Morgan, that everybody's pining over and acting like a baby face for her. Like they're giving her baby face pops because of what she's doing to Dominic because he's such a scumbag. But Rhea Ripley is also a face. So it's weird dynamic where you have a face, a heel being a face, and a face that's supposed to be a heel. And then you have Dominic Mysterio, who's just Dominic Mysterio. You don't even have like a group he's supposed to be in.
Nope.
But the problem is that he is the quote unquote, not good guy, but like the guy that's in the stable relationship with the good girl, Rhea Ripley, who keeps him down to earth and everything. And then then you see the scandalous Jezebel. I'm trying to be as PG as possible here without saying smut words.
Yeah.
She's giving Dominic everything that a 18-year-old boy that he looks like would want.
But I'm going to back up a little bit. Do you really think Rhea is a good girl? Like Rhea's not. She's supposed to be a heel, but everybody loves her. Just like Dominic is a slime ball, but I love Dominic because he's so good at his job. That's why he has that stupid mustache and the wannabe Eddie Guerrero hairstyle.
The problem is that it's heel Rhea being treated as a face by the fans, and a quote unquote heel Liv being a heel to a heel Dominic, who's supposed to be a face because he's defending Rhea Ripley, who's also a heel, but is beloved by the fans so much that it is hard to fucking figure out who we're supposed to goddamn cheer for.
Good point.
We can all agree, boo Dominic. But when he's trying to cut a babyface promo, we don't need to boo Dominic.
And
say what you gotta say, Huge Pop.
No, I mean Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan, in my opinion, is doing good at what she's doing. I see her as this chick that's trying to break up the heel group of Judgment Day. Because it was going. they started just with this confusion amongst each other. And I think WWE, it looks almost like WWE brought her in because in Rhea Ripley's absence, to now play head games with the heel Judgment Day, heel Dom. I think when it first started, it was cool. It was good. I think she's doing a great job confusing Dom and making the rest of Judgment Day what the hell you guys do? What are you doing? And then last night, it was perfect. Perfect. How she fucked over R-Truth and Miz. And because R-Truth, of course, is amazing at what he does, and he was like falling for her as well. And he's like, "Oh my God, you're the goddess," blah blah blah. And he got head gamed, and
he's telling her, "Hold on a second, hold on." She's like, "Come here, wait." And he goes over there,
R-Truth. I mean, they had obviously it was all a ploy, but R-Truth was like, "Oh, you're the best. You're a face. We're gonna get rid of these guys." And nope. And she switched, and that was amazing how she switched.
There's little continuity errors with the Wyatt thing, but there are blatant goddamn continuity errors with this.
But it works. It works because we're talking about it, right?
It does, I guess, but
that's the whole purpose of it, right there.
I mean, I can. So let's go let's go to the next topic. I thought was interesting to me. Evidently, obviously, as I'm a CM Punk guy.
Yep.
Finally, we're getting what I was hoping for with the Drew McIntyre CM Punk. We're getting a pissed off Drew McIntyre to the point where he brought CM Punk and dropped his dead ass body. And I love CM Punk, but I love what that entailed at the end of the last week. And then he comes out, has the balls to come out with his bracelet.
Yeah.
And talk about his dead dog or about his dog. That's the Drew McIntyre. That is gold.
And his wife. I got your wife with me. And your dog. Yeah.
Last week he said I quit. Then he comes back with CM Punk on his back. And everything that CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are doing ever since a few months ago is amazing. I can't wait. I hope there's a title shot, something. Big ass match with those two somewhere down the road.
A big match, yeah.
And because that feud is unreal, I love it. I used to not
smart. It's smart. It's not forgetting. It's not treating fans like we're 5 and our memory span only lasts a week and we're going to forget about something. Like he put CM Punk out in the Royal Rumble. He injured him. Like there's all these things that go into that. There's all this stuff that just builds into real stuff that happened. Yeah. And it feeds into it. It's so good. Like I don't know. They're just taking stuff and they're building it and building it and building it. And that's how it should be. That's how it used to be.
And I don't want to say, don't get this wrong. Don't take it wrong. But that storyline is almost more real and intriguing as this current bloodline stuff. Because this current bloodline stuff, thank God, it's finally happening. Yes. But this Drew McIntyre CM Punk is so real to me. It's like, oh my God,
because it's getting personal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. They genuinely hate each other.
This needed to happen. Period. Because if Drew McIntyre didn't get a one-up on CM Punk after getting screwed out of a number one contendership the night after WrestleMania, screwed at Clash of the Castle, Clash Scotland in Scotland, pay-per-view in Scotland.
Yep.
Which, by the way, that was perfectly executed, camera work, everything. They should be nominated for a goddamn Emmy. 3, if he did not take out Punk in his hometown, I don't care if it didn't need to be that, but it became that, and it's whatever. But if he didn't do anything to him in his hometown, it would have made Drew look like a freaking idiot.
Agreed.
Now, I liked the way they set it up. Drew quit. Right. It keeps the brand split somewhat intact. because if he quit, he can just show up in Chicago and beat the shit out of Punk. Again, that's assault, but whatever. And drags a bloody carcass to the stage and just drops him and takes his bracelet. I love that. I love that it kept the brand split somewhat alive. I mean, yeah, it's in Chicago. They're going to invite Punk because it's Punk. Why would you not want ratings? That's Nick Aldis all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And him going backstage after he quit was twofold for the Wyatt debuting whole thing, because it showed Gorilla as normal, and then when they showed it when Loomis was sitting there and everything was going short-circuiting.
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, only took them an hour. Only took them an hour to screw that all up.
All that up. Wow. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So it was very massively well done. The heated promo from Drew McIntyre is exactly what Scott said. We needed this Drew McIntyre.
Yep.
I don't know if this is going to be a SummerSlam match. I hope it's not a throwaway match at fucking Bash of Berlin or a foreign pay-per-view. It needs to be a big 4 pay-per-view match. Period.
Agreed.
100%.
Yep. Agreed.
Now, if they make it a throwaway match at a pay-per-view and wherever, except for not one of the big 4s, that everything they just did is trash.
Yeah.
Unless it becomes, something bigger. If we have one at Bash of Berlin, then skip Survivor Series, go to Royal Rumble, come back Mania for best of 3.
You're like Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes type thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I see that. Yeah. I could see that.
Except the person that's going to play Cody is not going to win all 3 matches.
So, real quick, what do you guys think about the whole Final Testament and the New Day?
They're building.
Get out of here, Bryson.
Do I hear snoring?
What's
I'm
I'm
sorry.
trying to remember the guy's name. Cross. Karrion Kross.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
They're building him up the same way they built Mr. Kennedy.
What are we talking about?
Karrion Kross.
Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot.
They're building him up the same way they built up Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy was going on a hot streak, beating former world champions, earning title shots, becoming U.S. champion, going on a rivalry with Taker. Karrion Kross is doing the same thing. He just beat his 7th former world champion in Kofi Kingston. Granted, not really a high bar there, but still. He's beating world champions, and they're setting him up to be a threat. Don't know where along the line they're going to make him a threat, because if I see a Karrion Kross versus Gunther match for the World Heavyweight title, I'm going to be mad. Other than that,
well, it's because Karrion, they let him lose his steam.
Because they debuted him like a freaking centaur and had him lose to Jeff Hardy on his debut match.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. That was a joke.
Horrible.
That was a joke. A guy who never lost in NXT. Let's bring him up to the main roster and have him job out to a guy that doesn't need it. It was just horrible. And that's what it was like before. There was no reason. You got this guy, you got his entrance, he's got that stuff with his wife, like all this they could have done so much with, and they brought him in, all that hype, and then you just lost. You just freaking killed him right there. Just
speaking of his wife, lucky bastard. All I have to say.
See, because you guys always mess with me about Jade and stuff, and I'm like, you can ask later if there's any girl in WWE, it's Scarlett.
Yeah. But before I forget, I want to talk about Bloodline.
Yeah, that's next. Go ahead.
So Jacob Fatu came up. Cool.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what he does when he follows the Usos' footsteps and gets DUIs, but that's neither here nor there. I have a strong feeling, and I talk to his brother all the time. Me and Matt have had discussions about this. I feel like it's going to be a 5-on-5 War Games match. I feel like Zula is going to be part of the new bloodline. He's going to come up eventually. And then we're going to have Roman, Usos, Sami Zayn, and Seth Rollins.
Wow.
Why Seth, though?
Wow.
Because in every promo Roman has talked to him about, he has always called him his little brother.
True.
He kind of has.
And
That's true.
The honorary.
Yeah.
Now, Matt has gone on saying that he thinks that if we keep continuity involved, Sami and Seth should probably say no because Seth was, the reason Roman lost the title. Sami was a reason that Jay left the bloodline. But if Jay's the one that kind of becomes the conduit between bloodline and allies, I guess you can say,
Mm-hmm.
I can see it working that way. Other than that, he says that Zula is going to join Usos and Roman because of the strong connection in real life that Jay and Zula have together.
I'll be honest. I would rather see Zula join Roman Reigns and Jay and Jimmy. I love Sami Zayn. I really do. I think he'd be okay. I think he would be logical as well. I wouldn't put Seth Rollins in there. I mean, yeah, there's ties between Seth and, Roman Reigns and Moxley with the Shield. Mm-hmm. I would love this. I was a Shield guy back in the day. Mm-hmm. One more run with the Shield, that'd be cool. But I think that I have to come after all this bloodline crap unfolds. Mm-hmm. I think you're gonna see. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to shake up, but I think you're going to see a bunch of people that were beat on Solo. I don't know. Solo, I think he's going to get his ass beat by some of those guys that he's with right now. Solo's he's whatever. But I think those three that just came up are going to look at him like, you punk ass bitch. We're doing all this shit work, and you're going to up there look where you're wearing your little black suit with your red shirt.
Yeah. And Solo's changed.
He's changed. That guy, I loved him. I loved him when he was Roman, and he shut his mouth. Solo, now as the quote-unquote head of the table or whatever he calls himself, I don't like it. I popped. The three people that came out, I popped huge for those guys. Well, like Cody said, they need to stay out of trouble.
Yeah,
because one of them can't go overseas, right?
The Tongans, I'm okay with. They're Haku's sons. They're not getting into trouble. I'm fine with that. They're gonna take care of their own. Mm-hmm. Jacob Fatu has already gotten a rap sheet, and I think he's good now to travel overseas.
Oh man!
Even getting into Canada. But it's just, I've seen Jacob Fatu. I love his work. There have been rumors that the corporates in WWE, the suits, feel like that Jacob is going to overshadow the entire fucking thing.
Do you think that's why they're going to bring Roman Reigns back sooner than later?
I don't think they're going to bring Roman back until after SummerSlam, honestly.
Think so? I think you're going to see him.
I thought you might see him at SummerSlam, but, maybe with this, mess with his father and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe after SummerSlam now.
No, I think he'd be I don't know, man. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him before SummerSlam.
Well, going back to what Cody said, the 5-on-5 or whatever, me and my buddies were talking about it, and it's like the 5 that we mentioned of the new bloodline versus like Roman, Usos, and Sami Zayn. But we said we threw a curveball and said the 5th man would be, we think Brock Lesnar would come back.
See, Matt said the same.
I said that.
That brings me to the question that I was going to ask before Bryce said it. Where's Paul Heyman going to fit in here? Is he going to stick with the new
No.
Or is he go? And when Roman comes back, is he going to come back and switch on?
He'll be with Roman.
Go with Roman.
He'll be with Roman.
Yeah,
Are you
that's
sure?
no two
Are
ways
you
about
sure?
it.
So
Are
do
you
you
sure?
think it would be, instead of Sammy and Seth, do you think it would be Team Paul Heyman guys versus Bloodline? So Roman, Usos, Lesnar, Punk, give him a break from Drew, have Drew skip Survivor Series against Punk. Punk on Team Roman against 5 Bloodline members.
I could see that.
That would be sweet, man.
I just think the pop.
Because Paul Heyman, is
Because Paul even
connection there.
said on Friday, with Roman, Punk was off limits.
Yeah.
Punk
And
was not allowed to be touched.
And didn't he tell Punk, just get me out of here?
Yeah.
They
Punk's
would
like, or Paul Heyman's like, I need a favor from you, but I'm going to do a favor for you first. I need you to leave. And then Punk's like, Paul, what was the favor you needed to ask me? Take me with you.
That might work. Lesnar, Punk, Usos, and Roman. That might work at the 5-on-5 War Games.
But is Lesnar going to be able to come back is the question. That's the $1 million question. Will Lesnar be able to come back after all the, no pun intended, crap that has been going on around with him?
I haven't heard anything about that yet. If he's been cleared or what?
I thought I heard his name was cleared, like he wasn't a part of nothing. I thought that's what I heard.
Wow. Yeah, that's just a whole mess.
He's not named in the deposition, but he is referenced as a former, and I think this is the only person that has these accolades, WWE and UFC champion.
Yeah, he's it. He's the only one that has that.
He wasn't named, but he was sure as hell pointed out.
Yeah, there's nobody else that has that. Lashley was a champion in Bellator, not in UFC, and
Shamrock
so it's
wasn't
only
a
Brock.
champion in WWE besides Intercontinental.
Huh?
Said Shamrock was only Intercontinental. He wasn't world champion.
Nope.
Dude, that's right. I forgot about Ken. But yeah, Ken was more of a champion in UFC than he was in WWE. Although he was good in WWE.
I got 8 minutes. So I got one more topic I would like to ask you guys about. I've been thinking about this all day. And then I want to hear just final thoughts, just overall. The topic is Netflix.
I'm last.
Netflix.
I'll fight you for last.
So, Nikki D, we'll start with Nikki D, go Bryson, Rico, me, then we'll let Cody go.
Okay.
Is this a smart move? And are you okay? Are you excited for the more violence that they're portraying that's going to be?
Is it a smart move? I personally, I guess we have to wait and see, but it would have to be in order for them to be willing to make this move. And it's something completely like off the charts, something completely different. It's like they are, I don't want to say they're breaking new ground, but they kind of are by doing this.
Sure.
And so it's huge. It's huge. So in that regard, I'm excited about it. They have been doing this crap, like just like when they started the WWE Network, and they said we're putting all of our pay-per-views on there, and we're pulling it, from satellite companies, all this stuff. And there was a lot of people that were ticked off about that, but they had to get this, the streaming service in order to see it. I think it's smart, even though I may not totally understand it. I think it's smart. I think it's genius, and I think it'll work. Just my personal opinion. I think it'll work.
So just a yes or no. Are we going to be watching Raw and SmackDown on Netflix on Mondays and Fridays? Is that how that's going to work? I don't know.
Okay, I can answer that right now. Raw is the only thing in the U.S. that will be aired live on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then
you got to leave one of them. Yeah, you've got to leave one of them on. I think network television.
Okay.
I think it would be a mistake to take both of them and put them on Netflix.
Yeah,
Leave one.
I don't know. I don't know all about the. That's why I'm asking this question, because I want to be enlightened. Bryson.
Like Nikki said, I think time will tell. I think it's smart in a way because they're going back like towards the Attitude Era. So I think everybody will tune back in just to watch that, just like how it used to be. You know, never know what's going to be said. But I mean, I think I like it. I mean, I'm still going to watch it no matter what it's on.
Okay.
I mean, just to be honest.
Right.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good move.
Rico.
Well, I'll give you my opinion from my work. It's the reason why is because it's all about the money, man. It's all about the money, and they could do more things on Netflix. And also, we like as my company and stuff, pushing everything to be more streaming, more apps, actually trying to get away from a lot of the local TVs and stuff and just go to streaming apps.
Correct. Okay. Now, I like it for the reason why that I don't think that the stuff they did with the Wyatt Six, that when they first came in, and what they did with all that graphic, what I can't remember everything Cody said, all that theatrical stuff, all that violence. You know, I think for being on Netflix, Raw is going to be able to do a lot more of that physical. A lot of people don't like the blood and stuff. I personally love Moxley and all the blood. I love that. I love wrestling like that. The violence, I think it's going to, and with Netflix, it's going to be able to get that. I think Raw needs a boost because I will be honest, I think for a long time, up until recently, I think SmackDown has destroyed Raw as far as its two shows.
And remember, USA was not really wanting them anymore because the ratings were down.
I think that it will be okay. I have Netflix, so I'm not worried about. I already have it, so I'm not worried about not having to go out and get it. But I think that you guys are right, Nikki D, Bryson, and Rico. I love that the library will be there. It's. I mean, it won't be there.
Okay.
I love the WWE Network. I paid the $9.99 for that. I hate AEW for this reason because I love pay-per-views, and you got to pay $50 for an AEW pay-per-view, and that's fucking stupid. I can watch every damn WWE pay-per-view, and I think that's one of the reasons why WWE is far above, because they don't make you pay those dollar pay-per-views.
So because they're getting the stream. Okay, so can I get just allowed 5 minutes to try to streamline this as much as possible?
5 minutes.
Okay.
30 seconds.
That's fair too. When WWE started the WWE Network, what came after? Max, Discovery, Hulu Live TV, whole bunch of stuff was coming out after WWE Network came out. They realized that they were the trendsetters. What do they do next? They make a $1 billion deal with Peacock to have their streaming rights, US only, exclusive on Peacock for 5 years in 2020, I do believe.
It was 19 or 20, something.
Yeah. They're locked until 2025. I know that much.
Peacock exploded after that too. I'm just going to throw that in there because Peacock was like this. Their library was like this, and they exploded after they got WWE.
Now, we have the streaming rights. The streaming rights for Monday Night Raw are going to be worth, for 10 years, $5 billion. With a 5-year opt-out if they don't like what's going on, and they're still guaranteed $2.5 billion. But if they like what's going on, they can extend it another 10 years for another $5 billion. So WWE is walking out, if everything goes well, $20 billion richer in 20 years.
Wow.
Here's the problem with the United States content. Once January 2025 hits, 80% of the international audience will automatically have everything on Netflix WWE. Raw, SmackDown, and NXT will air live on Netflix. Internationally.
Right.
U.S. content is still exclusive through Peacock till 2025 or 2026. I'm not exactly sure, but I know they're guaranteed through 2025. We are only allowed Monday Night Raw and have it the day after streaming.
Mm-hmm.
All WWE library streaming content will stay on Peacock until they have a better deal with Netflix. SmackDown is on the USA Network in the States until 2029 because they got bought out for $1.4 billion for 5 years. NXT is going to free TV with rabbit ears on the CW network for just a little over $700 million. The WWE walked out with the streaming rights money for the US alone like a bandit. Until all the streaming rights are up in 2029, Raw is going to be the only thing WWE in the United States exclusive to Netflix. The WWE library will not be coming over until at least 2026. We're stuck with Peacock for at least a year.
I have Peacock. I have no problem with Peacock.
Right. Now,
I
don't
didn't
have
know that.
Netflix.
Huh?
What was that, Nikki?
No, I said I didn't know that.
Yeah. So here's the beauty part with Raw on Netflix. Everyone's going to be able to watch it. Netflix is a worldwide app.
Can we watch Raw live on Netflix?
Yes.
Okay.
United States is allowed to watch Raw on Netflix live.
Well, man, see, I got rid of Netflix, so gosh dang it.
That's crazy because Netflix doesn't do anything live like
I have a
that.
wife that won't let me get rid of it.
Well,
They're talking about live sports.
They do the stupid reunion shows live for Love is Blind and Love Island and stuff like
Oh, I
that.
never watched those.
The Tyson fight is going to be the first live sport.
That's supposed to be the first thing. That
Yes,
fight.
Tyson Jake is supposed to be the first live sport.
Wow.
Yeah. So on top
You're
of that,
saying Raw is going to be live on Netflix,
live.
not
Live, uncensored, rumored to be an hour less.
Yep.
which Triple H has talked about since he
I'm game.
took over.
I'm game.
Yeah.
So we're in for a real treat when it comes to Raw on Netflix. The problem is that SmackDown will be stuck on Friday nights on the USA Network from 8 to 10 for 5 years. NXT. Huh?
Did I mess my channels up? SmackDown.
It's on Fox. It goes
It's on
to
Fox,
USA in
but
October.
Yeah, he's saying it got bought.
That's right.
So it's going over to USA.
Oh,
but
you said-
NXT going to CW is
It's
That
going
I
to
don't-
CW. That's rabbit ear television. That's going to get a whole bunch more audience. Fox
You think
was
so?
that's where SmackDown was on Fox. It started
on CW, didn't it?
No,
SmackDown back in the
Or
day, didn't it come
SmackDown-
on CW?
Well, SmackDown was on the WB or whatever. Or no, UPN is what it was called before it was the CW.
I'm not going to hate on SmackDown because SmackDown still they got the roster and got the show. They're not going to lose anything unless WWE is stupid enough to bring the storylines from SmackDown to Raw.
No,
they're dumb enough to rumored to have SmackDown go to 3 hours.
That's dumb.
Oh, that's dumb.
I would not.
Raw loses an hour on Netflix,
I hate that.
but SmackDown may gain an hour on the USA
I
Network
hate
because
that.
the USA Network wants the ad traffic.
Triple H
Oh,
to
sure,
watch it if you
sure, yeah.
Triple H needs to be smart and do
So-
2 hours, 2 hours.
Right, but the problem is that with SmackDown being 3 hours, the USA Network gets 2 hours of ad revenue, and the third hour goes into WWE's pockets.
Good point.
That's the business part of it. That's the
point.
part that sucks.
Yep.
So
But with NXT being on the CW, Anybody with rabbit ears can watch it. It's going to be one of the more hit brands on their umbrella, and it's going to work.
And would you? But and I think that'll work because isn't NXT and TNA Impact
right?
Whatever. Why not?
And the CW not only bought one wrestling show, they bought two. The NWA Power Show is exclusively streamed through their app. It's not even on their television. It's streamed through their app.
Absolutely. So, finish up your rant, and then I'm going to give one sentence to each of us to wrap it up.
That's fine. Just all I have to say is it's going to be great. This is going to be fun. And the only problem I have is that they're going to bump the Netflix price up for single users from what it is now, where the starting base is like $8 a month, I think, with ads. Yeah. With ads, it's going to go up to $15 a month.
See, Netflix right now is at what, $25 a month?
I got it for 22, premium for 22.
I have the family plan with my family, so I don't have to worry about that mommy.
That's why I got rid of it, because I'm like, $25 a month. I don't even watch this, man.
Yeah, no. So the base plan with ads is going to be $15 a month, and the premium for single users is going to go up to $18 to $20 a month.
I mean, I'll pay that if they're going to put live sporting events on there and wrestling on it.
There's talks with Netflix is trying to talk with every sporting promotion, period, to get stuff on their channel. I believe within the next 10 years, Netflix, instead of saying, hey, we're watching TV, we're going to be saying we're watching Netflix.
Probably. Yep. So, Cody, wrap it up with one sentence of how you feel where you feel the state of WWE is right now. I'm
going to go with the whole state of wrestling. We're good. We're fucking golden. This is great.
Right. Rico.
Well, I like where, like you said, I like where it's at right now, man. It's gotten to a point where you're like, man, I'm not fast forwarding everything again. Like, I'm
unless you watch AEW.
Nikki D.
I agree. And certainly with the WWE, in an interview, Triple H said it best. Whether you tune in for the full, for a full 3-hour show, or you tune in and you watch for an hour or a half hour, whenever you can, they're out to make sure that you're entertained for that time, because they understand they're fans that put in all of that time to watch it, or they're casual fans that watch it when they can, and they want to make sure that they're captivating them, and they're doing it.
Absolutely.
They're good.
I feel the same way. I now watch Raw. I don't go on TikTok and just scroll and see what's happened on Raw. I do watch some matches. I do watch, maybe it's more, I watch the beginning and end, but I do watch some stuff in the middle. I don't fast forward as much. I'm excited for Raw. I used to hate Raw, honestly. I love SmackDown. I still love SmackDown. I was an AEW guy. AEW's shit. I now will say I agree with my brother. Tony Khan needs to get his head out of his ass and do stuff. But I love the state of wrestling all around as a fan. I love the indies. I love NWA. I love all SmackDown, WWE stuff, NXT, TNA, everybody. If I am AEW, I'm afraid. Because now you got Impact, you got NXT, you got WWE doing their thing, and NWA, I'm sorry, they got some good stuff.
But I will say AEW, like, they're not doing terrible. They're not doing great.
No, I'm not saying that.
They're doing all right, and I like how Mercedes, she's doing her thing.
Her thing sucks there. Her thing sucks there, bro. It sucks there.
Here's the problem with the NBA Finals, and they had that as the lead-in for 3 hours of AEW entertainment on a Saturday. They lost over 1 million viewers. Couldn't hold anybody. They had 1.3. They dropped it to 200,000 by the end of the third hour. The fuck.
So, Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast. You have all 5 of us. We're down to 4. These are my brothers in wrestling. I love you all. We love everybody that watched. I think we're up to 6 at one point, which is cool. May seem small to people, but I think it's cool. I had a blast. I I love this freestyle, just get stuff off our chest and our opinions. That's what Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast is for, to get our. It's an opinion, and we all accept each other's opinions. We don't dog each other, so that's fun that way. Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast has a lot of stuff going to happen, hopefully by the end of 2024. So, which I want to talk to you guys 3 after the show. Look out for some live events. Again, Sika, rest in peace, my friend. Their family, keep them in your prayers. Pat McAfee's family, keep them in his prayers. This has been a great Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast night. It's been great hanging out with you guys, and as always, Huge Pop Wrestling for life.
All my dogs, make some noise up in this house. Who is in the house? Who is in the house? It's the gangster of destruction, so you know what's going down. And when the drive-by's coming, then you better hit the grind. Cause when your body hits the canvas, then your ass is knocked out. Who is in the house? Who is in the house? It's the gangster of destruction, so you know what's going down. And when the drive-by's coming, then you better hit the grind. Cause when your body hits the canvas, then your ass is knocked out. Fight with Adrian Whisper is like a fight with the devil, because when he's dealing with you, you cannot get on this level. Fight with Adrian Whisper is like a fight with a king. It's like a fight with an army. They got the tanks and everything. He's leaving bruises and stitches, possibly leaving you crippled. Cause when he sets up the table and sends you straight through the middle. 6 sadistic free, beat that ass with a light bulb. Leave a piece of glass embedded in the back of your skull. Who is in the house? Who is in the house? It's the gangster of destruction, so you know what's going down. And when the drive-by's coming, then you better hit the ground. Cause when your body hits the canvas, then your ass is knocked out. Who is in the house? Who is in the house? It's the gangster of destruction, so you know what's going down. And when the drive-by's